Всем привет! Опять с вами Владнаем и опять с нами 4-й Fallout. Как вы помните, в прошлый раз мы Братство Стали вступили. Тут вот у нас задания появились от этих чувачков, но их делать не хочу. Я хочу на корабль. Поэтому мы сейчас должны Тихо-тихо. За нашим командиром двигать на крышу. Здесь мы сделаем так. Разведчикам помогать не будем. Сейчас мы на крышу. И летим, короче, на дирижаблик тот большой. Придвин. Как он там называется? Нам об этом напомнят. Опа. А это винтокрыл. Давай. Залетай.
Loaded and ready to fire. If you spot anything hostile during the flight, I suggest you put it to good use. Make sure you properly identify your targets before you start shooting. We don't want to have any mishaps and fire on the locals.
Зашибись. Летаем. Еще и рубить всех можем. Круто.
The Commonwealth looks different from up here, doesn't it? It never ceases to amaze me how drastically your perception of the battlefield changes from the air. We're gonna need that edge when we take on the Institute. They've already proven that they're technologically superior, which means there's no telling what types of weapons they'll have in their arsenal. Hopefully, our air superiority and tactical know-how will make the difference. Now all we have to do is find them. And I'm betting that Elder Maxon will have a plan already in place by the time we arrive.
Да, знает. А я знаю, что надо вот взрывать машинки все нахрен. Они круто взрываются.
But they've been blinded by rumors and misinformation. They don't realize that the Brotherhood of Steel is the Commonwealth's last hope for survival. Every man, woman, and child below is in mortal danger. If we fail, it's only a matter of time before the enemy overwhelms the population. Cleansing the Commonwealth is our duty, and I will gladly spill my own blood if it ensures our victory.
По-моему, это им мозги.
We're on final approach to the airport. The Prydwen should be coming into view just ahead. We'll be meeting Lancer Captain Kells on the flight deck. Just stick close to me and answer all of his questions.
Окей. И походу тоже мозги промыли конкретно. Ты чё, не взрываешься, а? Вот гадость. Не хочет. Корабль. Тоже не хочет. Интересно так. Ну, взрывайся. Ну, башня. Так, чё подорвать? Опа, мы уже близко. Машины. Балдеть, темно почти везде. Офигеть, сколько тут локаций. Все это проходить еще. Ух, как долго это все. Круто. Вот так, давай. Да, детка. Зашибись. Ух ты, круто. Класс. Вообще супер.
There she is. It's been far too long since I've been aboard. All right, soldier. This is the moment when everything changes. I hope you're ready.
Да готов, я готов. Зачем разворачивался-то вот так вот, непонятно. Ух ты, еще один интеграл. Садимся или как-то... А, пристыковали, значит. Супер. Все, слезать.
We might be able to nick things of use if we can find any luggage lying about.
Ага, слез. Отлично. Круто.
Permission to come aboard, sir?
Permission granted, and welcome back, Paladin. Allow me to be the first to congratulate you on a successful mission. And is this our new recruit?
Yes, sir. I feel promoted him to initiate, and I'd like to sponsor his entry into our rankings personally.
Yes, we've read your reports. You'll be pleased to know that Elder Maxon's approved your request and placed the recruit in your charge.
Thank you, sir. And my current orders?
You are to remain on the Pridwin and await further instructions.
Very good, sir. Ad Victoriam, Captain.
Ad Victoriam, Paladin. So, you're the one Paladin Dance has taken under his wing. You don't look much like a soldier to me.
Looks can be deceiving.
Which is precisely why I personally insist on scrutinizing every recruit who boards this vessel. I've read Paladin Dance's reports. He seems to think you'll make a fine addition to the Brotherhood. You might expect an endorsement like that to grant you a great deal of latitude with us. But let me make one thing clear. The Brotherhood of Steel has traveled to the Commonwealth with a specific goal in mind. As the captain of this vessel, I won't allow anyone to jeopardize our mission, no matter how valuable they think they are. Understood?
What exactly is your mission here?
I'm not at liberty to say. Elder Maxon will be addressing the crew shortly, and I'm certain all of your questions will be answered. Now, was there anything else, or was everything I said understood?
Not even a hint? Come on. I deserve it.
Look, all I can tell you is that we're here directly in response to the data that Dance's recon team provided us. Beyond that, you'll just have to wait until Elder Maxon addresses the crew. Now dispense with the questions. It's time to get to work. Understood? That's all for now, soldier. Your orders are to proceed to the command deck for the address, after which Elder Maxon wishes to have a word with you. If you have any questions, ask me now. Otherwise, you're dismissed.
Can you tell me anything about Elder Maxon?
Elder Maxon is the supreme commander of the Brotherhood. Without his tenacity and his vision, we'd still be a small group of complacent stragglers, occupying the Citadel in the capital wasteland. In a mere decade, he's grown the Brotherhood of Steel into a major military force. He's an inspiration to us all. Is there anything else?
Where can I get power armor?
Only knights are allowed to wear Brotherhood power armor. And you're no knight. Not yet. Until Elder Maxon grants you that title, you'll have to make do with what you've got. Anything else?
Okay.
What are my orders?
Your orders are to proceed to Elder Maxon's address, after which he wishes to speak with you. Anything else?
Да нет.
I don't have any questions.
Then I suggest you head over to the command deck immediately. Dismissed, Initiate.
Да, давай, все. Почапал я. Так, куда чапать-то? Іди, главнокомандуючий.
Welcome aboard. Elder Maxon is holding his address inside the command deck.
Окей, чувак, броня, конечно, вахта, ты шо? Обалдеть, такая, блин, персик просто. Просто персик. Ух ты, у них тут неплохо. Так.
Brothers and sisters, the road behind has been long and fraught with difficulty. Each and every one of you has surpassed my expectations by rapidly facilitating our arrival in the Commonwealth. You have accomplished this amazing feat without a hint of purpose or direction. And most impressively, without question. Now that the ship is in position, it is time to reveal our purpose. And beneath the Commonwealth, there is a cancer, known as the Institute. A malignant growth that needs to be cut before it infects the surface. They are experimenting with dangerous technologies that could prove to be the world's undoing for the second time in recent history. The Institute's scientists have created a weapon that transcends the destructive nature of the atom bomb. They call their creation the synth, a robotic abomination of technology that is free-thinking and masquerades as a human being. This notion that a machine could be granted free will is not only offensive, but horribly dangerous. And like the atom, if it isn't harnessed properly, it has the potential of rendering us extinct as a species. I am not prepared to allow the Institute to continue this line of experimentation. Therefore, the Institute and their synths are considered enemies of the Brotherhood of Steel, and should be dealt with swiftly and mercilessly. This campaign will be costly, and many lives will be lost. But in the end, we will be saving humankind from its worst enemy. Itself. Ad Victoriam!
Ad Victoriam!
Ad Victoriam!
Oh, God. Mole rat on a stick was a really bad idea. Excuse me.
Так. Бухло. Заберу, все заберу. Буду бухать. Ага. Бухло, пиво. Нож.
Gathered a little more than we can carry, did we, sir?
Не, тебе показалось. Виски. Смотри, как бухнул. Сколько, блядь, бухнул. Сейчас с бухой пойду разговаривать с этим чуваком. Бля, да вообще. Еще водки. Так. Пиво. О, пиво. Красота. Набухался.
I care about them, you know. The people of the Commonwealth.
Care about them? I thought we were preparing for war.
The Brotherhood is here to prevent a war by starting one of our own. The difference is, our war won't reduce civilization to ashes.
What do you want from me?
I want you to start taking responsibility for this planet. To start making a difference. And from what I've read in Paladin Dance's reports, you've already begun that journey. Seeing as he's one of my most respected field officers, you couldn't get a better recommendation. Therefore, from this moment forward, I'm granting you the rank of Knight. And, befitting your title, we're granting you a suit of power armor to protect you on the field of battle. Wear it with pride.
Only a knight? Why not a paladin like Dance?
The Brotherhood maintains a strict hierarchy, organized by rank. Paladin is several ranks above Knight, and it took Dance many years to achieve that goal. With your continued loyalty to the Brotherhood, I'm certain you can attain the same. In any event, once you're finished becoming familiar with the Pridwin and my staff, report to the flight deck for your new orders. Welcome aboard the Pridwin, soldier. Make us proud.
Окей. Я набухался. Я крутой.
Engine turbines at 87% efficiency.
Давай. Уходим. Ща броню новую примерим.
Status report.
Green across the board, sir. Nothing new.
Good. Carry on, Knight.
Здоровый какой, а?
Congratulations on the promotion, Knight.
Та нема за що. Ага, идем дальше.
Proctor Ingram said she needed this suit tested yesterday.
Yeah, I get it. Just, what if I miss?
Don't.
Okay, sure. Firing.
Everything holding together?
Trust me, you'd know.
Good. Firing!
All right. Everything looks nominal. And you didn't scuttle the ship. Thanks, Initiate.
Sure. Anytime.
Полететь.
Thank God.
Блин, где этот? Саранчу поиграть. Криамина. Замораживает. Ого, бесшумный, калиброванный, усиленный, гладкоствольный. Мать твою налево. Только он мне не нужен. О, блок батарея. Круто. Ядерный блок дали.
I heard that Elder
Спасибо.
Maxon got that scar on his face from going one-on-one with a Deathclaw.
Ничего, я их уже сколько перебил-то. Нет, не страшно. Шашлык из белочки, шашлык. Да пофиг, что оно здесь. А где этот?
How can a machine believe it's alive? It's ridiculous.
Да-да-да. Так, инфо. О. Поговорить с паладином. Так, паладин, ты где? Ага, внизу, окей. Иди сюда.
So how did
Taking
it
on a
look
death
up
claw
there?
without
We've got a
backup
lot
is a
of work
great way
ahead
to
of us,
get yourself
brother.
killed.
Эй,
Paladin Dance.
There you are. How did it go with Elder Maxon?
Maxon seems so young compared to everyone else. You're okay with that?
Don't let his age fool you. Maxon's a brilliant tactician, a formidable warrior, and possesses an idealistic vision for the future of the Brotherhood. I'd follow him anywhere, without question.
Why are you so confident in his abilities?
A decade ago, the Brotherhood had almost gone completely astray. The Elder before Maxon sent us down a path that was leading nowhere. He was more concerned about charity than the preservation of technology. But when Maxon took over, he single-handedly reprioritized the Brotherhood from the ground up and put us back on the path to glory. This ship and its crew are a testament to his leadership.
I was very impressed with him. He seems to know what's best for everyone.
Exactly. Without his determination, we'd be lost. I just hope you appreciate how much of a chance I'm taking bringing you into the fold this quickly. Not to put too fine a point on it, but if you screw up, we go down together.
I won't let you down, Dance. I promise.
Good. Now, I know you're eager to hop into a suit of power armor and take the fight to the Institute. But first things first. In order to be an effective part of the team, you need to learn your way around this ship and get to know its crew. Since I've been officially assigned to you as your sponsor, I'd recommend taking me along with you.
Do you need to come with me now?
It might help if I tagged along with you. On the other hand, you might want to make your first impression without a paladin standing over your shoulder. It's up to you.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Outstanding.
Outstanding. Code Sword. Возвращайся. Зашибись. Давай знакомиться, чё. С кем
The
знакомиться?
human-looking synths are the worst. They hide in plain sight.
Ah, good. You're finally here. Just set the books down anywhere. I'll get to them as soon as I can.
Протри очки.
I think you're confusing me with someone else.
Perhaps I need to rummage through the supply bins for a new pair of glasses. Since it's obvious that you aren't who I was expecting, would you mind telling me why you're here?
Maxon wanted me to meet the crew, so you were next on my list.
Ah, yes. You must be the new recruit described in Paladin Dance's report. Under normal circumstances, I'd provide you with a proper orientation of my department. However, I'm woefully behind setting up research patrols and getting bombarded with requests for technical documentation. Unfortunately, I'm lacking the personnel needed to get the job done.
What type of technical documentation are you looking for?
The Brotherhood is primarily interested in collecting information that might assist us with our current mission. Medical records, science journals, weapon schematics. If it contains any type of useful data, we need to get our hands on it.
What exactly is a research patrol?
Simply put, we send a small two-man team to scout a location and evaluate its technical and historical relevance. Saves us from sending an entire retrieval team to a worthless location.
If you want my help, just ask already.
I wasn't aware you were interested, Knight. As you patrol the Commonwealth, keep your eyes open for blueprints, memos, manuals, books, charts. Anything containing useful technical data. I'm authorized to pay you for each bundle of documents that you recover. And if you wish to be assigned to a research patrol, I have plenty of them waiting to be filled. In any event, it was a pleasure to meet you, Knight.
Окей, давай.
There's
Proctor.
Brotherhood.
Please,
then
finish
there's
your
everything
introductions
else.
by all means.
Nothing in between.
But I do hope you'll consider assisting me when you're done.
Ладно, кто там следующий? Сказал заведующий. О,
Glad you finally stopped by, soldier. Are you ready for your medical exam?
What kind of medical exam? I feel fine.
There's nothing to be alarmed about. I just have a few simple questions about your medical history. It's my responsibility to make sure that you don't bring anything up here that could pose a threat to the crew. I'm going to ask you a series of medical-related questions, and I'd like you to answer me to the best of your ability. First
давай,
question.
давай.
As a child, were you ever exposed to radiation for an extended period of time?
Wouldn't Vault Tech's screening process have caught this already?
Vault Tech's screening process? Let me check my notes here. You were a vault dweller? You're probably healthier than anyone else aboard. Anyway, sorry I missed that in your records. Just going down the list of questions. I'm sure you understand. Okay, second question. Have you ever had or come in contact with a person confirmed to be carrying a communicable disease?
Never been seriously sick in my life.
Good, good. Third question. And please, answer honestly. Have you ever had sexual relations with any species considered non-human?
No. Never have.
Very well. Last
Yes.
question. Would you have any
Just
problems
stop
pulling the trigger on an enemy of the Brotherhood, whether they're human, formerly human, or machine?
That's more of a morals question, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I feel that the mental state of the crew is just as important as the physical. Anyone that hesitates firing in combat due to misguided moral standards certainly isn't Brotherhood material. So what about you? Would you have a problem with it?
If my life's in danger, I'll do whatever it takes to defend myself.
That's an acceptable answer, and the most common. Excellent. I think I've got all the information I need. I see no reason to prevent you from beginning your duties immediately. If you ever need medical assistance, you let me know.
Окей, окей, чувак. Так, идем дальше.
Never did understand how you folks ate inside those big tin cans.
There, try it now.
Nothing. I was supposed to report 10 minutes ago.
Don't despair, brother.
Can't fix it.
We're
I
here to
can't fix
save the Commonwealth.
You're the one who
So,
decided to
you're
kick
the
your
new
way through a
recruit I
ramp.
heard about. Not what I was expecting.
There it is. Thanks, brother.
What were you expecting?
The last batch of recruits we took on were wastelanders. Dirty, beaten up, looking for a handout. They were desperate and looking for an easy out. You look like you're here for a reason. Anyway, since you came down here to meet me, we may as well get it over with. My name's Ingram, and this lovely little grease pit is where you'll usually find me. If your power armor's too tight in the crotch, the Pridwin's about to crash into the ground, or a robot's gone haywire, you come see me.
Окей.
Is this where I get my power armor?
Ha! That's always the first question from the new guys. Let's see. I just fixed up a pretty decent T-60 suit. The left leg actuator's a bit sticky, but it'll keep the creeps off of you. It's sitting in Bay 3. There isn't a day that goes by on this tub without 5 or 6 things breaking down. And since I'm stuck in this rig, I'm not quite as spry as I used to be. The work tends to pile up.
You feel like telling me how you ended up that way?
That's a little personal, don't you think?
Come on. If we're going to be working as a team, we should get to know each other better.
I guess I can't argue with that. I was fighting with the Brotherhood in the Capital Wasteland. Worked at a staging area for the power armor troops. Our position was along a ridge line overlooking the battlefield. I'd say it was a 100-foot drop, give or take.
You weren't aboard the Pridwen?
The Pridwen wasn't under Maxon's command at the time. It wasn't even in the Capital Wasteland. If she'd had been there, the battle wouldn't have been such a challenge. To make a long story short, the ridge I was standing on took a hit from a nuke. Sheared most of the cliff right off, and caused the platform I was standing on to tumble over the side. If I hadn't been test piloting one of the power armor suits at the time, I would have died.
Your power armor helped you survive the fall?
Yeah, it took the brunt of the impact. But I don't know if I'd call it surviving. The suit was trashed after it landed, and I lost both of my legs. Haven't walked since. Anyway, if you need any work done on your power armor, feel free to use the workshops around here. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get back to work.
Окей, окей. Так, а ты у нас кто?
Step forward, Knight. Even though they've locked me in this blasted cage, I promise that I won't bite.
Why are you in there?
I'm glad you asked. Now, this is the stowage depot, and I, as you probably already guessed, am the ship's quartermaster, Proctor Tegan. The powers that be have me locked in here, so I can keep an eye on the Brotherhood's valuables. If you need to stock up on supplies before you head out on a mission, this is the place to buy them.
Wait, buy them? Since when does the military sell equipment to its own soldiers?
Since someone dropped a whole bunch of bombs and blew up every single factory that manufactured weapons and ammunition. Keeping the Brotherhood supplied takes caps, and everyone contributes to the cause. The good news is by having a constant flow of caps, I'm able to buy whatever you bring me. Yeah, I'm mostly interested in weapons, but I'll take anything useful. Of course, if you're just looking to make a few caps on the side, I might have some extra work for you to do.
What sort of extra work are we talking about?
Oh, no. It's nothing like you're thinking. It just involves a little bit of heavy lifting and interacting with the local farms. And since I'm stuck up here manning this one-man zoo, I need someone to do the legwork for me. After you're done with the meet and greet, we can discuss the details. In the meantime, if you ever need anything else, a gun, a mod, even ammo, you just let me know.
Okay.
Excuse me, Proctor Tegan.
Can I help you with anything?
Have anything unusual?
I have some special mods I've been working on. Sort of a hobby I have to pass the time. Real high-powered stuff. Slap a few of them onto your weapons, and I'm pretty sure they'll put a smile on your face.
I'm looking for some firepower.
Got some choice weapons that just came in.
Что же тут у тебя? Электромагнитный картридж. Патроны. Броня для левой. Броня. Плохо. Крутая броня. Заряд плазмы. Криогенная граната. Снайперский ствол. Лазерное наведение. Миниган. Патроны бы на него. Ах ты ж, ах ты ж, твою мать. Модификация. Неплохо. Нагрудник. Ого. Командос. Патроны. Ну, это у меня есть. О, ядра даже продает, отдает. Ого, лазерная штука. Неплохая штука на 54 стреляет, а? Может ее взять? Шлем командос. Круто. Штыковая пусковая. О, ядерные блоки у него есть. Это хорошо. Так, ладно, потом, может, как-нибудь вернемся к нему. А пока. А пока нам надо, да, сначала... Нет, подожди.
Knight. You're an inspiration to us all, Knight. Do us proud.
Хорошо, я тоже рад. Подожди, P3, 1, 2.
Just fixed a few power armor mods and gave them to Tegan. You might want to check them out.
О, ты же сказала, вот третье мое, да? Это хорошо. Это очень хорошо.
We'll stop the Institute. For Мэксон and for the Brotherhood.
Вставляем эту броню. А в эту входим.
Feels like you can take on the world in there, doesn't it?
Это да. Так, а ядерный блок давай заберем. А ну смотри, это сколько? 220. Вот 300. Правая рука 150. 50. Ух ты ж, нифига себе. Голова 120. Ух, 200. Обалдеть, круто. Круто. Блок забираем. Пусть будет их 5. Так, выход. Все. А старенькая силовая пусть стоит здесь. Отдыхает теперь. Так, пошли с начальником поговорим.
No matter how many battles we win, there's always another fight ahead of us.
Один начальник, командир. Как к нему попасть? Ага.
Do you know what a 10-pound cockroach can do to a buoyancy regulator? I can guess. Don't get smart. You want to see the Brotherhood's greatest warship brought down by bugs?
All right. Just don't tell England, okay?
Fine. But there's a reason. Food's not allowed near the instrumentation. When I get off duty, that Salisbury steak is...
Так, где? Начальник, ты где? На палубе, что ли? Далеко он зашел. Далеко.
Watch your step, sir.
Yo.
Tighten up the meter. Like that? Now split the difference. There. Now half that. Do you want to do it? No.
Ты же обалдеть, а? Красотень-то какая.
Now that you've familiarized yourself with the Pridwin's crew, are you ready for your next assignment, brother?
What sort of assignment are we talking about?
The kind of assignment where all of the training you've done finally begins to pay off. Let's get right to it then. Shall we? Take a look over there. That's Fort Strong. And it's infested with super mutants. Having those aberrations of nature close enough to smell is making me sick to my stomach. To make matters worse, they're sitting on top of a massive stockpile of Fat Man shells we could use in our campaign. I want you to head over there, wipe out everything that moves, and secure that stockpile. Understood?
Okay.
Consider it done.
Look, I realize you're eager to take the fight to the Institute, but it'll have to wait. The Brotherhood cannot allow those abominations to have a nuclear arsenal at their fingertips.
It'll be a pleasure to exterminate that mutant filth.
Now, we have a vertibird on standby, fully armed and ready to depart. Use it to carry our message to Fort Strong and wipe those dirty mutants from the face of the earth. Dismissed.
Зашибись. Это меня радует, чувак. Сейчас мы... Куда идем? Наверх, наверх? Или не? Не? Наверх? Здесь хоть патроны возьмем. Так. Это крыл. Ты где? Где вертуха-то? На чем лететь-то, я не понял. А, вот ты где ж, блин, ёб твою дивизию-то. Погнали. Ну что, темно? Ой, блин, взяли, выкинули меня.
Liberating the Commonwealth is a huge responsibility. Keeps the Brotherhood within striking distance of the city.
Так, а ну... А, блин, это в Придвин лететь. Зараза, обратно надо. Не то нажал, ну ничего. Ничего, ничего. Давай обратно. На аэропорт. А теперь пойдем на тот Форт Боярд, так сказать.
The Prydwen is a magnificent ship, and we're lucky to have her in our arsenal.
Remember your 3 C's. Cranium, crotch, center mass. Not everything you meet in the wasteland will have all of them, but they're guaranteed.
Здесь? Слышу, уже сдают, а? Так. Окей, без пощады. Блин, это нам аж так обходить. Нифига. Как не был. Тоже не был. Твою мать. А, сесть боевой. А где он? Ага, вон он. Вот ты, да, красавчик. Отлично. Вот это отлично. Вот я так и хотел взять миниганы, перестрелять их всех нахрен. Давай, давай, детка. Давай, сейчас порешаем их всех нахрен. Где эти мутанты? Сейчас мы этих тварей перебьем всех нахрен. Ух ты, смотри, как нагревается-то. Да, тут, конечно, заброшено все, мусор везде, хлама. Так, где? Где? Шо? Откуда она, бля? А? Ух ты же, ёб твою мать, чудище огородное, смотри. Стреляет патрон, стреляет, вот камнями кидается. Так, где еще? Давай, мочи его. Где там мелкие, где? Сдохни, падла, сдохни. Отлично. Ого. А, это легендарный мясник какой-то. Да не надо никуда садиться. Ты чё нам? Зачем? Где? Ох ты ж подло. Спать. Ага, вон еще, суки. Так, их еще трое. Или сколько их здесь? Ох ты ж, ёб твою нахрен. Винтокрыл похерился, бля. Падла легендарная, сдохла. Так, где этот? Где он там? Все? А ну иди сюда, ты. Где он? Я тебя сейчас со спасителя нахрен грохну, блядь. Ха. Сдохни. Отлично. Ничего взять не могу? С кем ты базаришь? О, крышка, патрон. Все остальное мне не надо. Крышка, патрон. Ух, классно. Расфигачили чертей. Тактическая боевая броня для туловища. Фига себе. Крутая тема. Даже лучше, чем у Братства Стали. У тех 15. А это 17. Так. Патрон. Ух, чудище поганое, блять. Да и с камнями нахрен сзади.
Proceed carefully. These fortifications may still be inhabited.
Крысиный яд. Лапа когтя смерти. Да, она уже у нас была. Это ему зачем? Стойка ему зачем? Стрелковый продвинутый. Ого, 87 он стреляет. Обалдеть. Но этот я возьму. Укрепленное возьму тоже. Так.
You point, I shoot.
Стой. Не-не-не. Мне надо что-то тебе посерьезнее отдать, чтобы разгребсти немножко вес. Герметический привод конечности. Это вот штука такая. Длинная рука. Ух, йоу. Патронов-то сколько. Лазерный тоже дофига патронов. На лазерный, чувак. Поноси пока его, он мне все равно не нужен. Нет, ну это я тебе не дам. Мясо, мясо, мясо мне не надо. Вот книжку почитай. Оптическую тоже не дам. Пока что. Потом, может быть. Я ее хочу одеть, а потом... Пистолет Келлога не дам. Праведный властелин. Урон 26. Ну что это такое? Это ерунда. 26 урон. Ну это ж бред, реально. Бред. Полный бред. Так. Где же эта хрень, что я взял? Ага. 55, 87 стреляет. Зверская штука. Тактически 10-миллиметровый. Отдать. Давай. Что еще тут осталось? Это не надо. Так, отлично, пошли дальше. Здесь еще где-то были монстры. Крышка, патрон. Эй, патрон, бутылка. Карабин. Крышка, патрон, коктейль. Опа, еще один. Крышка и патрон. Ух, сколько их тут, да? Так, куда нам двигаться-то? Сюда куда-то, что ли? Блин, это свалилось нафиг. Винтокрут, чертов. Так, пошли. Перезарядиться. Стронг. Форт Стронг. Очень сильный форт. Да.
This area seems to be in disarray. I wonder if this is recent.
Так, там, походу, еще мутант подловлять. 3 на него, а?
So boring. What's that? Gonna splatter your face! I'll wear your guts around my neck!
Куда? Спать, суки.
Fight to the last man!
3 на них, а? Ты иди помогай, что ты стоишь. Выполнил, ты стоишь только, блин, подсказываешь. Помог бы лучше, сволочь. Нифига никакой помощи от тебя. Лучше бы не брал. Коцварта бы забрал, блин, и все. Блин, их еще там 3. Офигеть. Так. Где этот? Это уже в хламе. Промышленный разрыхлитель. Где ты этот? Масло. Да ну тебя. Да, знаю я вас.
Gone now. Hey, go check that out.
I'm on it.
Давай, ты стоишь, блядь. Ни хрена не делаешь. Опа. Куда? Смотри, еще и дверь закрыл. Ты чё? Фу. Попутал, что ли? Взял и дверь закрыл. Ну, дятел, а? Завтрак. Это хорошо. Так, там вроде ничего больше нема интересного, да? Соломка. Зачем она мне? Я не понимать. Мячик бейсбольный.
Watch your step. There's quite a bit of debris here.
Да я знаю.
Let's play, little human! Oh, hey! You!
Ты смотри на них, ты прикрываешь, нет?
You can't kill us all!
Сволочи.
My head! This is what death looks like!
Хорош.
Good work. Don't leave anything behind.
Конечно, блядь, стоял, смотрел, падла, блядь. Больше я тебя брать не буду с собой. Ну тебя нафиг, блядь. Ты, блин, какой-то тормознутый, серьезно, блядь. О! Это хорошо. Метелка для пыли. Вот дает. Нафиг она мне. Нафиг мне метелка для пыли. Что за бред?
Sweet.
Что она дает? О, детка. Да. И места, как всегда, мало. Ну эта штука у меня есть. Целеуказательный взвинченный автоматически. Ну нет, это мало. О, ключ. Терминал генерала. Что у нас тут интересно? Опять рапорты. Ох ты, патрон. Бабло. Патрон.
Let's see what we found. There's some useful things in here. Take a look.
Да, вот это вот мне полезно, блядь. Вот это очень полезно, мать его, нахрен заново, где виски, блядь. Вот.
Judging from the amount of dust present, it's safe to assume we're the first people to investigate this location in quite a while.
Yes.
Ух ты, тайные операции. Отлично. Так, ну один заряд я взял. Говорили, тут их дофига. Где еще? Что дальше-то делать? Что, вернуться на предную, что ли? Что, один мини-заряд взял и все?
This area has obviously been abandoned for quite some time.
Да, это я в курсе, что заброшен. Ты лучше скажи, что дальше делать? Лифт. Так, погоди, здесь мы были. Отсюда мы пришли, да? Угу.
Keep your safety off. Whoever or whatever created this mess might still be around.
Ага. Здесь, да. Мы взяли заряд. Теперь нам надо, наверное, лифт. Надо в лифте покататься. Тут я никаких зарядов не видел. Вот, жвачку зашел. Где техническая документация? О. Техническая документация нужна. Молоко. Медотрон. Не нужен нам медотрон. Нам нужен лифт. Да? Подожди, а с этой стороны что? Просто... О, здесь я не был еще. Здесь психо и кукуруза только, да? Флаг. Опа, виски. Горелая книга. Здесь больше ни черта нема. Что здесь? Ничего? Ну ничего так ничего. Где? Так, где этот лифт, мать его? Заново. Где я его просрал? Ага, вот он. Так. Поехали. Куда едем? Вниз, вверх. Вверх, вниз. Паладин. Паладин. Выходи давай. Ну, походу, где-то мы внизу. Пусто все.
There isn't much left to properly identify these remains.
Ну, по уровень. Так, интеллект. Отлично, еще 2. Блин, а здесь... О, заряд плазмы. Психо. Масленка. Здесь ни черта. Верстаки.
Getting hungry.
Что-то время уже один хочет. Сейчас здесь... Да, я тебя покормлю, блядь. Свинцом нахрен, блядь. Так, там лифт, все понятно. Стой. Мыло. Ну как это виски не действует?
Carrying too much gear is tactically dangerous, soldier. Remain vigilant. This place may appear abandoned, but that...
Да.
That doesn't mean we should drop our guard.
Fight me. I not fight you.
Так, хочу я взять другое оружие. Вот это, 950 патронов, мать его, блядь. Так, подожди, может. С 38 калибром что-то другое у меня есть, не? Нет.
Developing this level of technology is a lost art that the Brotherhood's hoping to revive.
Someone there? A noise.
I don't think we're alone.
Found them!
Stupid noise. Somewhere.
My ears!
Смотри, он ничего не делает. Нафиг такой напарник, блядь. Стоит, ни хрена не делает, даже не стреляет. Ну, гонит. Че оружие дома забыл ты? О, блядь, их 5 нахрен, охренеть.
One of us survives this.
Damn, lost him. Switching to search.
А ты черти. Еще на.
Maintain your position.
На! Сука, смотри, остановился он, а? Падла, блядь, а? Сдохни, сука. Где ты там? Падаль. Так. О, пойдет. Сюда клей. На, сука. Ха-ха-ха-ха-ха. Что вы прячетесь, лохи? На. Сами себя взрывают, олень. Еще один все равно где-то лазит. Карабин лазерный, говно, молот. Хрена себе на 55 рубит. Охотничья броня, синтов для правой руки. Ну пусть будет. И батарея ядерная. Щипцы. Патрон. Патрон. Где еще эти твари? Так, что тут еще можно взять?
Whatever this thing was, it's been totally torn to pieces. You hear that?
Да. Ух ты ж, бля. Сучка. Сдохни. Фу. Обалдеть. Куда ты пошел ты? Ну иди сюда. Сволочь, убежал он куда-то, блядь. Да и все, блядь, опять бухло не действует. А, лодка. Что у нас тут? Опять какая-то фигня. Это читать все долго. И нудно. Полазим, пока поищем что-то интересное. Нет. Яблочки, яблочки на снегу. Винт для бабушки. Бабушка это дело любит. Здесь что, ядерного блока нема нигде? Ну, нет, так нет. О! Вот это я понимаю. Вот это да. Так, что у нас здесь? Здесь я был или еще нет? О, нет, вроде не был. Вроде не был. Это склад, я так понимаю, этих мини-зарядов. И это есть хорошо. Да, это вот за это я боролся только что с супермутантами, блядь. Это меня радует. Это зашибись. Так, ну походу все, да? Здесь я был. Здесь я тоже был. Теперь поговорить с нашим чудаком, который, блин, стреляет через раз. То и вообще не делает этого. Так, здесь я был, да, все правильно.
Look at this place. You must hate these mutants as much as I do.
Есть немножко.
Why do you hate super mutants so much?
They're responsible for the death of a close friend, a Brotherhood knight named Cutler. So when you ask if I hate them, I say hate's too gentle a word. These monstrosities are just another example of man blindly taking a step forward only to wind up stumbling 2 steps back. I've been fighting for years, trying to put a stop to this madness. And just when I thought we were getting the upper hand, along come the synths. I've seen what these super mutants do to people. Can you imagine what the synths would do to us if they ever got the upper hand? It would be Armageddon repeated, and maybe the end of everything that we hold dear. Look, I don't mean to bore you with my rhetoric. I just want you to understand how important these missions are.
How could synths bring about our destruction?
If the synths reached the point where they outnumbered mankind, how long would it take for them to decide we were no longer necessary? They certainly possess the capability to make more of their own kind, so we'd become expendable. And with Institute technology on their side, nothing could stop them, not even the Brotherhood. It's a nightmare scenario almost too terrible to contemplate. Anyway, that's enough of that. What's important here is that you got the job done and secured these warheads. You should head back up to the Prydwen and talk to Maxon. I'm sure he'll want to debrief you as soon as possible. Dismissed.
Окей. Погнали наверх. Сейчас доложим начальству об успехах операции. Блин, опять бухло не действует. Ладно, еще одно возьмем. С этими, блин, с этим братством спиться можно. Так, где выход? Выход, 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 выход. Где же ты? Где-то здесь. Ага, вот ты где? Череп. Нафиг он мне нужен? Он мне не нужен. Какое-что на ужин. Ух, красотень. Солнышко светит. Лепота. О, а это еще что? Не понял. Кто это завис тут? Ну, обалдеть, чувак в воздухе какой-то завис и помер, бедняжка. Это кто такой? О, пилот, послушник, это... Обалдеть. Чувак, блин, летный шлем. Да, чувак, ты, конечно, тут натворил делов со своей этой махиной. Так, я не понял, что пешком добираться до них, что ли? А где? Блин, это не дело, не. Старейшина. Да, сразу туда, нафиг это надо, блядь. Ходить, бегать еще. Надо энергию беречь. Хотя, может, за телепорт она больше расходуется. Кто знает, кто знает. Но броня новая, конечно, вообще оттас полный, жесть просто. О, классно. Так, где ты? Опять водка не действует, давай надоели. Так, мухлишка, пошли. Давай.
You think the Commonwealth looks bad? You should see the capital wasteland.
Ладно. Я тебе верю. Верю. Так, иди сюда, куда убежал. Стой.
Outstanding work at Fort Strong, soldier.
What happens at Fort Strong now?
Paladin Dance is supervising the transfer of the Fat Man warheads to the Prydwen. They'll provide quite an edge to our arsenal. I've also ordered a detachment to occupy the location, and use it as a staging area to protect the eastern side of the airport. All in all, you handed us quite a valuable location.
Это хорошо.
It was an honor fighting for the Brotherhood.
I'm glad you feel that way, because our mission here has only just begun. In order to bring the Institute to its knees, we need to use every weapon at our disposal. I try to supply my soldiers with the best. That's why I'm giving you these. Signal grenades can call a vertibird to your location when you need aerial transport. Simply throw one to the ground, and the vertibird will hone in on the unique electromagnetic smoke it emits. Once you're aboard, use the map on your Pip-Boy to interface with the pilot's navigation system, so he'll be able to take you wherever you need.
Where can I get more signal grenades?
I'd use the supply I gave you sparingly. These devices are far more complex than a standard smoke grenade. Should you need more, you should acquire them from Proctor Tegan.
Okay.
Will the vertibird stay and help me fight?
I'm afraid I can't spare a fully armed gunship for this task. A standard transport will have to suffice. Of course, nothing stopping you from using the door gun while in flight.
Это хорошо.
The best weapon for survival out here is a pocket full of caps.
Signal grenades are usually reserved for our paladins. In your case, you should be grateful that I'm making an exception. Now, I'm sure you're aware that Fort Strong was simply the first step towards the liberation of the Commonwealth. An even greater task lies ahead. By now, I'm sure you've deduced that our arrival in the Commonwealth wasn't coincidental. We're here because of a unique energy reading recorded by Paladin Dance's recon team. According to our scribes, the reading indicated a level of technology that only the Institute could achieve. The moment this information came to light, our mission became clear. The Institute, and everyone responsible for the creation of the synths, must be eliminated at all costs. To accomplish this goal, we need to locate the Institute's headquarters. I've had our scribes meticulously searching the Commonwealth, but they've come up empty-handed.
With all this technology at their disposal, our scribes can't find an entire colony of people?
The Institute has managed to keep itself hidden for a number of years, but it's only a matter of time before we find them. I want you to get out there and become our eyes and ears on the ground. You seem to have a vested interest in locating the Institute before we met, so I'm confident you'll travel in the right circles. If you discover a way in, I need you to report it to me immediately. Any questions, Knight?
Aren't there any pre-war records about the Institute that might help us?
Our records indicate that the Institute was born from the remnants of a pre-war educational facility, the Commonwealth Institute of Technology. The ruins of the facility are at the center of the city, but we've already searched them thoroughly. The location appears to have been abandoned long ago, so it appears that the trail ends there. Anything else, Knight?
Could those mysterious energy readings Paladin Dance's recon team detected be related to teleportation?
The level of technology that the Institute possesses is far beyond our own, so we're not certain. However, that would explain why the readings are so random and short-lived. I'll have our scribes focus on improving our scanning techniques to learn more. Anything else you wanted to ask, Knight?
Any suggestions where I should look next?
Whatever you recovered from the Courser at Green Tech, you should bring it to someone who knows how to manipulate Institute technology. Perhaps it will allow you to unlock the mystery of their knack for teleportation. This information could be the final piece of the puzzle. The moment you learn anything concrete, you're to report it to me immediately. Is there anything else, Knight?
Not right now, Elder.
Very well then. Dismissed.
Окей, босс, окей. Раз заданий больше нет, значит, в следующий раз мы пойдем разведчикам, не будем помогать. Дать Карен тогда прототип. Угу. Вот это мы сделаем. Ну и молекулярный уровень сделаем. Поселенец, молодец, конечно, поселенец, но то потом. Да, хотя тут, блин, столько заданий. Ай-яй-яй-яй-яй-яй. Ладно, то уже в другой раз.
Delta sequence initiated. Completion time 14 minutes.
Reactor at 100% efficiency.
В общем, ребята, на этой классной ноте, думаю, мы с вами закончим. С Братством Стали подружились, сделали задание, получили крутую броню. Просто волшебно.
By now, I'm sure you've deduced that our arrival in the Commonwealth wasn't coincidental. We're here because of a unique energy reading recorded by Paladin Dance's recon team. According to our scribes, the reading indicated a level of technology that only the Institute could achieve. The moment this information came to light, our mission became clear. The Institute, and everyone responsible for the creation of the synths, must be eliminated at all costs. To accomplish this goal, we need to locate the Institute's headquarters.
Не-не-не-не-не, зайди обратно. А хотя бы мне надо
Getting a bit of
посмотреть на
twitch on
броню.
prop 3. Adjusting torque.
Крутая вообще, супер просто. В общем, ладно, ребятки, всем пиз, с вами был Владлайн. До новых встреч, подписывайтесь, ставьте лайки. В следующий раз уже будем встречаться с Вёрджилом.
System deltas at 100%.
Каррингтону отдадим
Secondary
прототип,
deltas standing by.
который мы в
Stray
прошлый
radio
раз
signals
добыли.
keep pinging the array. Gonna try to filter it out.
В общем, не переключайтесь. До новых встреч.